episode of this week's season of Biggest Event Mistakes and Their Solutions. Whether you've been thrown into planning or have been planning events your entire life, you can always count on unexpected things to happen. No matter how well scripted you are, no matter how many checklists you have, events are kind of unruly. Something always comes up, and you get to have a comprehensive portfolio of little solutions that can support you when they do. And that's what the show is about today. My name is Melody Dixon, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners, curators of eco-focused events. Excuse me. So I plan events for people who are steeped in all things sustainability. It's in their home life. They're using LED lights instead of fluorescent. They're reducing water waste and energy waste. It's also in their business. They're reducing paper waste and time wasting and money wasting. And they, because that's just their way of being, they take it into their business and their events. And that's when they connect with me because I'm aligned with that. And so I work with them on having an eco-focused event that not only saves them money, but is kinder to the planet. So what's sustainability? It is making the needs of the present people, making sure that they have the resources to create what they want to create without impairing the ability of future generations to do the same things. I like to explain it in melody speak as God is so big and expansive and just has created so many wonderful things that because we're from God, we get to create as well. We have that innate ability to create more and to do more and start a business, create art, all the things. But we have this resource that we have on the planet. How do we use it? Well, we only use what we need. And then oh my God. Hey, Tiffany. So we get to use the resources intentionally. We're not going to ride it till the wheels fall off. So we use only what we need so that people 10 generations deep, good morning, beautiful. People 10 generations deep will have access to the resources that we have today. And they also get to be expansive. Now, there are three pillars to sustainability. The first one is the environment. We get to reduce what we're already using, reuse what we have instead of buying new things, and recycle. I always like to include a fourth in this area, and that's upcycling. And this is where you take old, broken down things, refurbish it, transform it, and give it a whole new life cycle so that it delays its inevitable journey to landfill. You get to serve more people with the same things instead of buying new things, making new things from plastic and all the things. All right, so that's the environment. Economics. If it's sustainable, it also gets to make you money. It's pointless to spend hundreds of dollars on making a green environment, an eco-focused environment, and you're not making money in your business. So if you've decided to go paperless in your business and you invest in tech so that you can do that, then you also get to see a reduction in your expenses when it comes to paper. And over time, the tech is going to just exponentially create speed and make room for time and even make you money because you can respond faster instead of creating something, printing it in the copy machine, editing, and just going back and forth, wasting time and in essence, wasting money because you're using your staff to do the back and forthness of it all. All right. The third is social responsibility. We get to love our neighbors as ourselves. So we ensure that people have food to eat, place to sleep, healthcare. As entrepreneurs, we get to create jobs for them so that they can take care of their family. And it's like a cycle. We create the jobs, they work in our business and help us make money, and we pay them for it. So it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. And all those three pillars make up the stronghold for a sustainable life. Now, if you have no idea what sustainability is, I also work with you as well. I show you ways to make eco-focused tiny eco-focused steps in your events that over time make a bigger impact on the environment. So if one example is if you used to have bottled water at your event, um, the brands. I encourage you to use water stations. And there's so many different presentations of water stations. Hi, Shaylin Marie. Thank you for joining us today. We're talking about the biggest event mistakes and their solutions. So right now we're in the introduction as to what sustainability is. And that's just living intentionally and using the resources intentionally so that we can have use of water, air, all the things, and our kids can have use of these resources and also future generation. So I work with people who are steeped in all things sustainability. They use the LED lights, they don't waste water, they try to go paperless. And I also work with people who have no idea about sustainability. And so I show them little ways that they can do in their home, in their business, and their events, and that over time, when compounded, make a big positive impact on the environment. So, my love, you are caught up. Today, we're going to talk about attendee experience as one of the biggest event mistakes. Oftentimes, when people do events, they're not always mindful of who's coming. They kind of know who's coming and they want to impress them, but they don't know or they don't pay attention to the actual guest experience at their event and what it means and how to enrich that. So, we're going to unpack that today. Now, why should you care about the guest experience at your event? They're there to support you, right? If it's your grand opening, they're there to so that they can maybe buy something or join your email list. Or if it's a wedding, they're there to celebrate with you. Well, your attendees are the heart of your event. So as you plan, you need to keep their experience in mind. So I have 3 tips on how to do that. And I'm also going to share some stories from my events that I've done in the past and how I have kind of enriched attendee experience. So tip number 1. There you go, YouTube. Check the attendee experience before they arrive. For me, the experience starts with even the save the date, and then it goes into the invitation. The presentation of the save the date and the invitation is like a foray into what your event is going to be like. Is it going to be a classy black tie affair? Then is the invitation white with gold or black with gold or has feathers coming from it? That starts the experience for the guest. Is it like a special type of event where you have the invitations hand delivered by someone in a carriage, just like a footman from like the 16th century, if you're doing a themed event? Or is it ocean themed where you deliver or you mail out the invitations that are in like a little bottle with sand and shells? And so you get the picture. The invitation and the save the date starts the experience for the guests. Now, if it's a virtual event, the same thing stands. Oftentimes for virtual events, where people need to have access to like a workbook or lunch, you can have that delivered ahead of time. You can deliver like an Uber Eats card or Grubhub, whatever your company decides. Have the binders delivered or whatever handouts, or if it's digitally delivered, you have all that information emailed ahead of time. And that's going to let the clients, the attendees know, the company, the event organizer is thinking of me before the event. And that's going to let me feel like the whole process of the event is going to be leveled up compared to other events. All right. So the attendee experience before they arrive starts with the save the date and the invitations. All right. Number two is the venue setup. When they walk into the space, what do you want them to see? What do you want them to smell? What do you want them to experience? Some years ago, I did an Asian themed birthday party. It's a huge event. And when they opened the door, there was a signature smell of lotus blossoms. Then there was a table set up with the signature drink that was made from lychee. It was like a lychee teeny. And the lady who was attending the station was dressed in Asian uh, garb. You know, her hair was done. She had the dress, the high color dress with the red and the gold. And she was doing the bowing and all the things. And then the decorations had the Chinese lanterns and tassels and the music. It was just like when you walk into the space, you were transported into an Asian themed event, not something that implied Asian theme, but you had that experience. And there's companies that actually offer to scent your event. So if it's like any grand openings, you can have something that coordinates with your type of event. They come and they have the candles or the scents that they put in in your AC event that smells just wonderful. Or if it's a spa-like thing, it's herbaceous with eucalyptus and sage and lavender, so that when people walk in, they not only see what you're trying to do, but they smell it. I've been to conventions at the Broward Convention Center, things like a travel show, because I was in hospitality. And the Fort Lauderdale Conventions and Visitors Bureau had a booth across from my booth. And they had almost like a pod that you can lay in and it covers your face. And it simulates you laying on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. So when you look, it's almost like not 3D experience, like forgot the term, where it's like your AR, is it AR? Virtual reality. So you sit and you feel the wind, you smell the sea air, you see the ocean and the birds. And if you're looking at the screen, it's like you're laying on the beach. Hey, Dahlia, beautiful. How are you, dear? So it's like you're lying on the beach. So that's a great way to have your guests experience your event. So it's what they see when they walk in, what they smell, and what they experience. And it's so important. Why do you think when you go to a open house with a realtor, they always have something baking, fresh cookies, the smell, or something vanilla and cinnamon? Is because it evokes a feeling when you walk in, like home, fresh baked cookies, the smell of vanilla and cinnamon, and it just feels good to you. So you're in a emotional space already. So now you're open to walking the rooms and picturing yourself living in this. The same thing happens with events. You picture yourself experiencing an Asian themed event or a beach theme. All right. Tip number 3, consider why people are attending your event. This is an opportunity for them to get to know your business, get to know you and your family if it's a social event. And one of the things that makes sense is to allow them to mingle and get to meet like-minded people. This enriches your event. So if it's a wedding, that's why you have the cocktail hour. Apart from buying time between the ceremony and the reception, the cocktail hour is a great way for family members to reconnect. They're eating hors d'oeuvres and drinking, and they're long time I haven't seen you, and taking pictures, and how are the kids, and so on and so forth. And the last time I saw you, you were this high, and all the things. The same thing gets to happen at corporate events, but in a different way. Before your actual meeting starts, if you have a networking session, it's a great way for other business owners to get to know each other and develop relationships, exchange business cards and information, and maybe find a way to work together or get a new vendor. All those things enrich your event. It's like a place to connect. So now they're not going to miss your next one, because not only did you have lovely decoration and food, you gave them an opportunity that was singularly for them, and that's the networking part of the event. Now, all this could be a lot for you to manage. If you're the keynote at your event, if you're starting a business and you want to do your grand opening, you probably don't have the time to figure out all the beforeness, the choosing the right venue, setting it up, checking the flow to make sure people know how to get in and out of the aisles and the booths and all the things. And that's why I am here. There is a link in the bio for Instagram and for YouTube, the description of this live, with my website. Click the website to learn more. It takes you to the event packages. The pro event package is the one I want to highlight. You click on it, see all the details of it, and that just includes us talking about what your event is about, the date, the time, how much money you have to spend, what kind of return on investment you're expecting. I draw up a proposal, we talk it through, you approve it, and then I hit the ground running. And that frees you up, gives you your time back so that you can focus on what's important to you. And my team and I take care of all the behind the scenes logistics. If you have any questions, my name is Melody Dixon, CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners, curators of eco-focused events. My email address is info@myproeventplanners.com. All right. If you have any questions, let's connect. That's a quick 3-tip for today. I want to thank Tiffany, Shaylin Marie, and Dahlia for joining me today. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, Tiffany. She says you're the best. I love what I do, and I think that I'm open to giving free information that will help you be eco-focused, but also have a great event. All right. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.